Hello, I'm Dominic. We live in a time of remarkable human ingenuity, yet this progress has brought materials that, while incredibly useful, pose subtle threats to our well-being. I refer, of course, to plastics. These synthetic creations, now so deeply woven into the tapestry of modern life, offer undeniable convenience. But their pervasive nature, particularly their quiet infiltration into our food, calls for our thoughtful attention. Plastics are everywhere, and they can easily find their way into our food. From the packaging embracing our provisions to the containers storing our meals, these materials can release microscopic fragments. These minute particles, and the chemicals they may carry, can then be ingested, often without us ever knowing. The potential cumulative effect of this exposure is a growing area of concern for our health. It is with this understanding that I wish to share some practical wisdom. The challenge of plastic in our environment and diet can seem immense, but I firmly believe that through conscious choices, we can navigate this. Here are 7 simple ways to avoid ingesting plastics that could be making us sick. By adopting these, we take a significant step towards safeguarding our health. Our journey towards a plastic-freer diet begins in the heart of our homes, the kitchen. For generations we have relied on the convenience of plastic containers to store our culinary creations and leftovers. Yet these seemingly innocuous boxes, particularly when subjected to changes in temperature or when housing acidic or fatty foods, can become unwitting sources of contamination. The very structure of many plastics can degrade over time, releasing tiny particles, microplastics, and potentially harmful chemical compounds, such as phthalates or bisphenols, directly into the food they are designed to protect. This migration is a silent process, invisible to the naked eye, yet it contributes to our daily burden of plastic ingestion that we must strive to understand and mitigate. Fortunately, nature and human ingenuity have long provided us with superior alternatives. Consider the timeless elegance and inert nature of glass. It forms a non-reactive barrier, ensuring that your food's flavor and composition remain untainted by external influences. Similarly, stainless steel, robust and resilient, offers an equally safe haven for our provisions. These materials do not shed particles into your meals, nor do they harbor the same concerns about chemical leaching that plastics present. By consciously choosing glass or stainless steel for storing our sustenance, we are not merely selecting a container. We are choosing purity, durability, and peace of mind, creating a small sanctuary for our food, free from unwelcome plastic intruders and their subtle effects. The vibrant hues of fresh fruits and vegetables are nature's promise of nourishment, a direct link to the Earth's vitality. Yet, in our modern markets, this natural bounty is often found swathed in layers of plastic, shrink wrap, clamshells, and bags, all designed for transit and display. While this packaging may offer an illusion of protection or extended shelf life, it also presents another pathway for plastics to enter our diet. The surfaces of these plastics can harbor microplastic dust, which readily transfers to the produce within. Furthermore, the very act of packaging and handling can create friction, abrading both the plastic and the food, leading to a subtle intermingling of materials that we might later consume without a second thought. There is a simple and indeed more traditional way to seek out produce in its most natural state, unburdened by synthetic casings. Choosing loose fruits and vegetables, perhaps from a local farmer's market or a dedicated section in your grocery store, allows us to bypass this layer of potential contamination entirely. It encourages a more tactile connection with our food, allowing us to select items at their peak freshness, guided by sight, touch, and smell. By bringing our own reusable produce bags, ideally made of natural fibers, we take an active role in reducing demand for single-use plastics, thereby diminishing not only our personal exposure but also the larger environmental footprint associated with their production and inevitable disposal. This conscious choice is a return to simplicity, a celebration of food as nature intended it to be. Water, the very essence of life, the fluid that constitutes the majority of our being, should be a source of pure, unadulterated refreshment. Yet the ubiquitous single-use plastic water bottle, a symbol of convenience for many in our fast-paced world, has become a significant contributor to plastic ingestion. These bottles, often made from PET, polyethylene terephthalate, can leach microplastics and chemical compounds into the water they contain. This process can be exacerbated when bottles are exposed to heat, such as being left in a sunlit car, or through the physical stresses of repeated use if one attempts to refill them. Each sip from such a bottle may carry with it these unseen passengers, adding to the body's cumulative plastic load over time, a burden we are only just beginning to comprehend fully. The alternative to this pervasive plastic is both elegant in its simplicity and empowering in its adoption, embracing reusable water bottles crafted from glass or stainless steel. Glass, in its crystalline clarity, offers an inert vessel, ensuring that the taste and purity of your water remain uncompromised by any foreign material. Stainless steel provides a durable, lightweight, and equally non-reactive option, capable of withstanding the rigors of daily life while keeping your beverages clean and cool. Making this switch is more than a personal health choice. It is a profound statement against the throwaway culture that perpetuates plastic pollution on a global scale. It's a commitment to hydrating ourselves in a way that honors both our bodies and the planet that sustains us, one pure, conscious sip at a time. The Gentle Heat Safe Havens for Microwave Cooking. The microwave oven, a marvel of modern culinary speed, offers us the ability to heat and reheat food with remarkable, almost magical efficiency. It has become an indispensable tool in many kitchens, saving precious time. However, when this powerful technology meets plastic containers, a note of considerable caution must be sounded. Many plastics, even those sometimes labeled with the misleading assurance of microwave safe, can become unstable when subjected to the intense energy and high temperatures generated within a microwave. This heat can accelerate the breakdown of the plastic's very structure, causing an increased release of chemical additives and minute microplastic particles directly into the food being warmed, transforming a quick meal into an unwitting source of unwanted chemical exposure. To harness the undeniable convenience of microwave cooking without this attendant risk, we must turn once more to materials that remain stable and benign under such thermal stress. Microwave-safe glass and ceramic dishes are the ideal choices for this purpose. These materials do not warp, melt, or leach harmful substances when heated, ensuring that your food is warmed thoroughly and, crucially, safely. The simple act of transferring food from its plastic storage or original packaging into a glass or ceramic vessel before microwaving is a small, yet profoundly effective step. It's a minor act of mindfulness in the kitchen, a brief pause that ensures the warmth we seek from our food is accompanied by purity, not by a hidden infusion of plastic-derived compounds that have no place in our diet. The enduring touch utensils of integrity. The tools we use to prepare and consume our meals, our knives, forks, and spoons, are intimate extensions of our hands, bridging the crucial gap between the plate and our palate. For many years, plastic utensils have offered a lightweight, inexpensive, and often disposable option, particularly for meals on the go or large gatherings. However, these implements, born of convenience, are not as robust or inert as their traditional counterparts forged from metal or shaped from wood. With repeated use, energetic washing, and exposure to different food temperatures and varying textures, plastic utensils can begin to degrade. They can fray at the edges, develop microscopic cracks, or shed particles, which can then become incorporated into the very food we are about to eat, an unwelcome addition to any meal. A return to utensils crafted from more enduring and noble materials, such as wood or metal, offers a simple, elegant, and satisfying solution to this subtle problem. Stainless steel, for instance, is renowned for its remarkable durability, its steadfast resistance to corrosion, and its inherently hygienic properties. It does not impart any flavor or unwanted substances to our food, maintaining its integrity. Wooden utensils, particularly those made from dense hardwoods, offer a natural and gentle alternative, especially kind to non-stick cookware surfaces. By choosing these time-honored materials, we not only enhance the tactile pleasure of our dining experience, but also consciously eliminate another potential source of plastic ingestion, ensuring that every mouthful is as clean and wholesome as nature and good cooking intended. The hidden lining scrutinizing canned goods. Canned foods have long been a staple in pantries across the globe, offering remarkable convenience and an extended shelf life for a wide variety of ingredients, from fruits and vegetables to fish and soups. However, what many consumers may not realize is that the inner surface of most metal food cans is coated with a thin, often invisible, plastic lining. This lining serves as a crucial barrier to prevent the food from reacting with the metal of the can, which could alter its taste or safety. But this protective layer can also be a source of chemical migration into the contents, particularly for acidic foods like tomatoes, or when cans are stored for very long periods, or if they are inadvertently exposed to high temperatures during storage or transit. One common component of these linings has been bisphenol A, BPA, a chemical that has raised significant health concerns due to its potential endocrine-disrupting properties. While the food industry is gradually moving towards developing and implementing BPA-free linings in response to consumer demand and scientific findings, vigilance on our part remains absolutely key. When selecting canned goods, it is wise to actively look for labels that explicitly state BPA-free or no BPA lining. An even more proactive approach, where feasible, is to reduce overall reliance on canned foods, favoring fresh or frozen alternatives whenever possible. Frozen fruits and vegetables, for instance, often retain their nutritional value exceptionally well without the need for any plastic can liners. By making these informed choices at the grocery store, we can significantly minimize our exposure to chemicals that may leach from these hidden plastic layers, ensuring the food we ultimately consume is as pure and unadulterated as possible. The crystal stream purifying our tap water. Access to clean, safe drinking water is absolutely fundamental to human health and survival. And for many populations around the world, tap water provides a convenient and generally reliable source. However, emerging scientific research has revealed a rather disconcerting truth. Microplastic particles, those tiny fragments of synthetic polymers, can be present even in treated municipal tap water systems. These minute fragments can originate from a multitude of sources, including the slow degradation of larger plastic debris that finds its way into rivers and reservoirs, synthetic fibers shed from our clothing during washing which enter wastewater, and even from the gradual wear and tear of plastic components such as pipes and fittings within the vast water distribution infrastructure itself. While water treatment plants are designed to remove many contaminants, the smallest of these microplastics can sometimes pass through the existing filtration barriers. To address this invisible yet pervasive challenge within our own homes, installing a good quality water filter can provide an additional and crucial layer of purification. Various types of filters are available, such as those based on activated carbon, more complex reverse osmosis systems, or even simple yet effective pitcher filters, all of which can be remarkably effective in capturing a significant portion of these microplastic particles before the water ever reaches your glass. This act of filtering our tap water is not necessarily about distrusting our public water sources, but rather about taking a sensible, proactive step to further refine what we consume daily. It ensures that the water that quenches our thirst, hydrates our cells, and sustains our bodies is as free as possible from these pervasive synthetic remnants, a final crucial barrier in our personal quest to reduce unwitting plastic ingestion. A conscious path forward. Embracing a plastic-reduced life. We've now traversed 7 key areas where we can actively reduce the unseen presence of plastics in our daily sustenance. From the way we store our food to the water we drink, these are not calls for radical overhaul, but for mindful adjustments. The goal isn't an unrealistic banishment of all plastics, given their integration into modern life, but rather the cultivation of informed choices that place our well-being at the forefront. These seemingly small shifts in habit, when adopted consistently, can yield substantial benefits. Each decision, to use a glass container, to choose unpackaged produce, to filter tap water, is a step towards a cleaner diet. By making these small changes, you can significantly reduce your plastic intake and protect your health. This is a continuous journey of awareness and conscious living, a commitment to nurturing ourselves with the best that nature and careful selection can provide. May this knowledge serve as a catalyst for positive action in your own life. The power to lessen plastic ingestion lies within these simple, repeatable strategies. I sincerely hope these insights empower you to foster a healthier relationship with your food and the world around us. Stay informed and stay healthy. Thank you for joining me in exploring these vital considerations. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us. Thank you.